LeBron James and longtime business partner Maverick Carter are preparing their next move off the court. The Los Angeles Lakers star and Carter are reportedly putting plans in place to launch an international basketball league by 2026, one designed to offer a genuine alternative to the NBA. The vision is ambitious. A European-style format. 6 men's and 6 women's teams. A touring circuit through global cities that looks more like Formula One than the traditional U.S. league model. Global alternative to the NBA. According to ESPN's Brian Windhorst, James and Carter are working with a group of investors to make the league a reality. Among the names reportedly involved are Redbird Capital Partners and Fenway Sports Group, which already own major clubs like Liverpool FC and the Boston Red Sox. The group of investors wants to create a league that would somehow compete with the NBA. They don't want it to be a U.S. league, they want it to have a European flavor, Windhorst said on the Hoops Collective podcast. The structure would reportedly feature both men's and women's teams traveling together to 8 international stops. A July meeting in St. Tropez, involving James, Carter, and Nikola Jokic's agent Misko Raznatovic, was one of several conversations pushing the idea forward. The target launch date is fall 2026. Why now? The timing isn't accidental. Talk of NBA expansion has picked up, with Las Vegas and Seattle floated as potential destinations. James has made his interest in Las Vegas well known, fueling speculation about his next chapter beyond his playing career. What sets this project apart is the backing. Unlike previous challengers that fizzled, James and Carter are partnering with investment groups with the resources and track record to run global sports properties. For investors, the appeal is obvious. Create a product with international reach that offers a different style of play than the NBA. For James, it's the start of a new chapter. Championships and records define his career. Now ownership, vision, and legacy appear to be his priorities. Rich Paul raises eyebrows about LeBron's Lakers' future. While James maps out his post-playing ventures, questions remain about how much longer he'll be on the court. His agent Rich Paul made headlines this week with a cryptic message to fans. Appearing on NBA Today, ESPN's Shams Charania relayed Paul's comments. It's important not to worry about the future when it comes to LeBron James. Just appreciate the present. At 40 years old and entering another grueling season with the Los Angeles Lakers, James' future is unclear. Retirement and a potential opt-out are both on the table. Last season, he still averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists while shooting 51.3% from the field and 37.6% from three. Lakers must prepare for life after LeBron. The Lakers' blockbuster trade for Luka Doncic was as much about tomorrow as it was today. Los Angeles is chasing another title with James, but also knows a future without him is approaching fast. James has reshaped the Lakers since 2018, delivering a title in 2020 and putting them back on the map. But his business moves, from media ventures to the new league, make it clear that his legacy will stretch beyond his playing days. Whether this is his final season or not, the next phase of his career has already begun. The Los Angeles Lakers could lose Austin Reeves for nothing when the star guard becomes an unrestricted free agent in 2026. Similarly, the Golden State Warriors could let Jonathan Kuminga walk as a free agent next year if the Congolese forward picks up his $7.9 million qualifying offer for the 2025-26 season. To ensure neither team loses a key piece, Fadeaway World proposed a trade that would simply swap Kuminga for Reeves, helping both West rivals in the process. Lakers would receive Jonathan Kuminga, sign-and-trade. Warriors would receive Austin Reeves. This trade idea is contingent on Kuminga's eventual contract value. If the forward agrees to a sign-and-trade deal equivalent to the Warriors' most recent offer, the Warriors may need to supplement this deal by adding draft capital. Should the forward accept the qualifying offer, a direct swap could be more feasible. How the trade helps Lakers. Kuminga, 22, could prove to be the perfect long-term replacement for Rui Hachimura, another player on an expiring deal, or even LeBron James, who is expected to depart from the Lakers in 2026. The exits of both James and Hachimura would leave the Lakers' front court in shambles, especially if the experiments of DeAndre Ayton and Jake LaRavia don't pan out. While Kuminga has yet to prove himself as a future all-star in the NBA, he has shown enough flashes of a quality rotational piece. Kuminga could also blossom under the mentorship of James, Fadeaway World argued. The young forward boasts incredible potential and has positioned himself as a potential all-star. He possesses tremendous physical tools, athleticism, and agility. Apart from his natural gifts and talent, Kuminga has displayed a versatile offensive skill set and impressive shot creation ability. Although his perimeter shooting and defensive contributions leave more to be desired, it is hard to overlook what he could bring to the table. Under the guidance of Lakers superstar LeBron James, the 22-year-old could transform into a lethal offensive threat. Kuminga, Warriors remain at odds. With just a few days left for training camp, the Warriors and Kuminga remain at odds over a contract extension. According to NBC Sports Bay Area's Monty Poole, the Warriors were unhappy with Kuminga's agent, Aaron Turner, leaking details of the team's conversations with other teams exploring potential sign-and-trade deals. They weren't happy with that, Poole said on the Dubs Talk podcast, referring to Turner's decision to go public with internal negotiations. But I think the more pertinent factor is the fact that training camp is so close now, and that stirs a little bit of activity. Now you have an incentive to get something done, and you don't want a nightmare scenario where you open media day, and there are 9 guys there.
You don't want that.
The Warriors don't want it. The Warriors reportedly initially offered a 2-year, $45 million deal with a team option, which Kuminga turned down. Subsequently, Golden State offered a 3-year, $75.2 million contract with a player option in the 3rd year, only to be shot down. According to multiple insiders, Kuminga prefers a player option on the final year. Dalton Knecht was almost banished to Charlotte midway through the 2024-25 NBA season for the Los Angeles Lakers. The second-year scorer may be able to avoid a fate so heinous this season, but it is tough to imagine him avoiding a trade altogether once Rob Pelinka gets going in 2025-26. Knecht had a brutal summer league with the Lakers. The 24-year-old averaged 10.3 points per game with horrendous shooting numbers, knocking down a woeful 27.9% from the field and 23.8% from beyond the arc. It was so bad that J.J. Redick was forced to defend him at a recent press conference hosted by the Lakers for their head coach and president of basketball operations. That is not an experience that exudes confidence in a young player. Redick said, "The guy did too much after the season. And I think in summer league, he was burnt out. He was coming in here at 5 a.m., getting shots up, then doing 2 workouts with our summer league staff and in the weight room." The Lakers head coach added that Knecht was in a better spot with his conditioning and mentality of late. Even with that endorsement, it is difficult to envision how the second-year pro secures a long-term future in Los Angeles. Dalton Knecht is the logical throw-in for a title-chasing move in Los Angeles. Beyond Knecht's disappointing play, there are few other players that just make as much sense as he does when it comes to being included in a trade package for a championship pursuit. With the Lakers in win-now mode, they will undoubtedly be eyeing upgrades before the NBA trade deadline. Even with Knecht's trade value dipping, the Lakers will still have few other young players they would be willing to include in a deal as sweetener. Bronny James is certainly not going to be added to a trade anytime soon. It might not even be a case of Knecht adding value to a trade. It may just be as simple as his $4.0 million salary being used to make up the difference in acquiring a player alongside the rest of the package that Pelinka and the Lakers would be sending out. Knecht's main value to the team on the court is his shooting. That was not enough to reliably keep him on the floor last season. The 2024-25 rookie faded out of the rotation by year's end due to defensive concerns. The fact that Knecht could not get playing time for a team that was desperately crying out for rotational help says a lot. The Lakers improved that department this offseason. With no guaranteed path to the floor in Los Angeles, Knecht's playing time will most likely have to come elsewhere.